And welcome back to Wilderness Board Gaming. Today we're going to be doing a 13-hour smoke of a pork butt on the grill outside over wood fire. So stay tuned and we're going to get right into it. Okay, here is the butt in question. Now, this time we are doing a fairly simple but also fairly thick rub of salt, pepper, chili powder, paprika, garlic, and excuse me, and brown sugar. We've rubbed this on pretty generously last night. It's been overnight in the fridge, and I got it out to start coming up to room temperature a little bit about 20 minutes ago, which probably I should have gotten out a little bit sooner, but it's going to be all right. We're going to have it outside on the grill for probably about 12 to 13 hours, and we're going to bring it up really slowly. So I'm not going to start a fire inside the main chamber of the grill right away. Initially, we're just going to have a fire in the side box with the smoke, and that'll be it to start out. And then about 6 to 7 hours into it, depending on how the temperature of the meat is looking, we're going to build a second fire if we need to and bring up the inside a little bit to finish up. All right, here we are outside. It's a fine Texas morning, not even 6 o'clock in the morning yet. And there is the fire almost ready to go over here into the side box. And then we're going to put some wood on. I have cherry wood I'm going to put on. Now, we don't have cherry charcoal, unfortunately, which would have been nice. So we're going to use oak charcoal as the base fuel, and then we'll put the cherry on top of that. Okay, and here we are with the fire going. It's getting pretty good. We're going to go ahead and close this up now. And we have back here just a little bit of opening there for the air right there. That's all we want. We keep this nice and slow, and we're already getting smoke coming out the inside there. We're also going to keep the top of this stack closed as much as possible. And right here we have our 10-pound approximately pork butt ready to go onto the grill. So we're going to go ahead and load this guy in there. Just like with a brisket, we're going to put it fat side up, and we're going to let it go. All right, it's about 9 o'clock now, getting close to 9. So the meat's been on there for about just under 3.5 hours. Still got a long way to go. Temperature inside the grill is 175, it looks like. But that's not actually very accurate, because this thermometer is very susceptible to where the heat is, and the heat is over here in the smoke box, which is doing pretty well. We're not going to stoke it just yet. Let's take a look. This is the first time opening the main chamber. And here is our pork, how it's looking right now. Now, of course, that's nowhere near done, but we're starting to get a crust on the outside. You can see that the smoke is doing a pretty good job. We don't want to leave it open and take a look at it for too long. Now, not only are you getting heat from smoke, the smoker box is closer to the meat than the actual thermometer is. I may or may not go ahead and use the meat thermometer later. Kind of thinking not, just because then I don't have this one less thing I have to clean up. But I might check it out. What we're going to do is, and when we get to about 7 hours, which would be just after noontime, we are going to go ahead and put it in a aluminum pan with about 1.5 cups of water. And that'll help it to stay nice and moist as we go. So we'll be back a little bit later on and check on our progress. All right, folks, so this is what we're going to do. We're ready to put the pork into a water pan now. That's going to help keep it moist for the rest of the cooking time. So we got this here. We're going to pull the pork off, put it into this water pan, and then cover it in foil and get it back on the grill. All right, this is where we're at right now. Just put some more fuel in there. So we're going to hoist this thing over here real quick. All right, now all I did was just flip that same foil over and wrap it back around there that it was already sitting on. This is going to help keep it moist, avoid too much loss of juices and things like that for the rest of the cooking time. That also means it's not really going to get any more smoke, so I'm not going to worry too much. I'm starting to run low on cherry wood already, because they only sell it in smoking chunks at the store, but that's okay. I've still got some left, and now that the foil's over it, it's past the point where it's really going to get a lot of smoke flavor in it anyhow. So we're going to keep stoking it, and we'll be back here probably in about 5 hours it'll be ready. At that point, 5:30, it will have been smoking for right around 12 hours. It might be closer to 6. The recipe calls for 13 hours on paper, but it also leaves some leeway in there. You're always going to have leeway with barbecue and not absolute times. So we got the secondary heat in there, bringing the temperature up inside. Now it's hotter outside. We got the sun out now. That temperature is going to go up there. But we also got the secondary fire in here. And this is going to burn down pretty quickly because we're not going to stoke it. We're just bringing the temperature in the main chamber up some so that we make sure that we've got a good solid all the way through cook. It's late in the cooking process now. And we're just adding some heat to make sure that we're not undercooked for some reason. It's not going to go up too excessively. It's only a little over 250. None of these heat sources are directly underneath the thermometer, so it won't be adversely affected. But we're probably about 2 hours from serving right now. So we'll be back with you pretty shortly and show you what we got. All right, folks, here is the final product. It's almost all shredded up. Didn't show pulling it off the grill because Roy's just pulling off the grill. And this is a lot to shred up. It can kind of make a mess. But this is what it should look like at the end. You got your skin in there. There's the bone that'll be inside the shoulder. And you've got this meat. And it's nice and tender. This just comes apart really easily. You just pull it apart. That's what it should look like at the end. And this is, remember, this is home barbecue. This is not professional barbecue. This is not what it looks like at the barbecue store. This is going to happen to you at home when you don't have the same capabilities. A lot of times you purchase these cookbooks and they'll be restaurant recipes, but restaurants are making it for hundreds or thousands of people. And when you're making it at home, you're making it for your few. So you're going to have to adjust and you have to expect things to go a little rough sometimes. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment down below, and click the notifications bell for more great content from World Wilderness Wargaming. We'll see you back here again very soon.